inshallah we'll study about the trachea and the lungs. Okay, first thing is this model is showing larynx and the trachea. So before going into the trachea, I'll just say what is this hyoid bone, okay, which is present here in the neck, in the midline. This bone is the hyoid. Okay, next is this cartilage, which is the thyroid cartilage. This is the cricoid cartilage. You know what is this? Thyroid gland. Okay, below this cricoid cartilage, from the lower level of the cricoid cartilage, the trachea starts. Okay, this is the trachea. From the lower level of the cricoid cartilage, it will start and it will extend down in the thorax. This is the trachea. Now this trachea is made up of cartilages, 16 to 20 C-shaped. C-shape means it is something like this. The cartilage is present like this, but posteriorly there is no cartilage. Instead of cartilage, it is the circle is completed, or the structure is completed by a muscle here. Okay, this muscle is called as the trachealis muscle. So this was about the trachea. Now this trachea is present in the midline. The trachea which is present in the midline, as it comes down, it goes little bit towards the right from the mid. It deviates little bit towards the right from the midline. So at the end, it will deviate in the thorax. After deviating to a little bit towards the right side, this trachea will divide into two bronchus. Those two bronchus are called as, either you can call it as primary bronchus, principal bronchus, or main bronchus. Okay, so what are the two bronchus? One is the right bronchus, other one is the left bronchus. As you can see here itself, the right bronchus is more wider than the left bronchus. Left bronchus is little narrower. The right bronchus is more in line with the trachea. See, trachea is like this. Right bronchus is more in line with the trachea. But the left bronchus is, so right bronchus is, trachea is coming like this, right bronchus is like this. But the left bronchus is completely like this. Okay, so it is not in line with the trachea. So any kind of foreign bodies which enter into the trachea, it can most probably go to the right, because it is in line with the trachea. Now the right bronchus and the left bronchus, they divide into secondary bronchus. So, but the pattern of division is the right bronchus will divide before entering the lung. So that is a very important thing. Right bronchus will divide into two before entering the lung. Okay, but the left bronchus will divide after entering the lung. So this makes a very important difference in the hilum of the lung. Okay, very important, because of the division of this bronchus. So this bronchus will again subdivide into secondary. So this is secondary bronchus, then it will again subdivide it into tertiary bronchus. We do not have models for secondary and tertiary bronchus. Maybe I can show here. This blue, light blue color things are the bronchus. So what you are seeing here, 1, 2, and this one, third one, here it is divided now. So these three will be one, the second one, and the third one will be the secondary bronchus. These are the subdivisions. This one and this one are the subdivisions of the secondary bronchus, that is the tertiary bronchus. But we do not have a clear model showing the secondary and tertiary bronchus, neither do we have clear model showing the bronchopulmonary segments. So every bronchus, every tertiary bronchus will supply one segment of the lung along with the branch of pulmonary artery and one tributary of pulmonary vein. All these three things together will supply one segment of the lung. This is called as a bronchopulmonary segment. There are 10 bronchopulmonary segments in the right lung and 10 in the left lung. So this was about the bronchus. Now coming to the lungs. Okay, so the lungs, right and the left, two lungs are there. They are usually pink in color when the baby is born, nicely pink in color. But as the age advances, as we start breathing, there is so much of pollution in the air. This pollution has carbon particles. When the carbon particles go inside the airway, these carbon particles will get trapped in the lung and they will settle there and stay there. Carbon is what color?
Black.
Black. So it will start changing the color of the lung. Okay, it will start changing slowly it will start becoming more darker and grayish in color. Okay, this becomes more obvious in smokers. In smokers, it becomes more obvious in people who are living in big cities where the pollution is very high. For them, their lungs may have more amount of carbon settlement than the people who are living in small areas, okay, village side, because of less pollution there. Now coming to the lungs, the right lung and left lung, there is a difference. Primary difference is this: there are two fissures. Fissure number 1, fissure number 2. Okay, there are two fissures in the right lung. So hence, because of two fissures, the right lung is divided into how many lobes? Three lobes. What are they? Superior or upper, middle, and the inferior or the lower lobe. So there are two fissures and three lobes. Same thing here. Right lung, first fissure, second fissure, and 1, 2, and 3. Three lobes. The left lung has only one single fissure and two lobes: superior or upper lobe, inferior or lower lobe. Same thing here. The left lung has only one fissure here: superior or upper, inferior or lower lobe. Now, what are the surfaces and borders of the lung? Lung basically has two surfaces. One is this surface inside, which is facing the mediastinum. Okay, the space between the two lungs is called as the mediastinum. So this surface will be called as mediastinal surface. The other surface here, what you see here, is called as the costal surface. Why it is called as costal surface? Because it is completely covered by the ribs. Okay, it is completely in relation to the ribs. So that is why this surface is called as the costal surface. Then it has a border here, what you see here, and see here, this is the anterior border. This is called as the apex of the lung. This is the apex of the lung, and what you see here below, this one, this area, okay, this is with the diaphragm. This area below is called as the diaphragmatic surface because it is in relation with the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm, and it is in relation with the diaphragm on both sides. So this is diaphragmatic surface or the inferior surface of the lung. Now, when you see the mediastinal surface, there are many visceras present in the mediastinum, which are related to this mediastinal surface. Okay, read about it. It is very clearly given in pictures in your lecture. So I will not go into the relations of right and left lung, but it is important. It can be asked in the examination, especially in OSPE. Now, one more important thing is the mediastinal surface of both the lungs consists of hilum of the lung. What is hilum of the lung? Where the structures of the lung enter and leave the lung. That is the hilum of the lung. It is also called as root of lung. What you see here and what you see here. Why it is called as root of lung? A plant. When you see a plant or a tree, what is a root? It's the base, which is present below the ground. Or can we say, in other words, root is the structure from which the plant grows. Okay, so root is the structure from which the plant grows. In the same way, this is the root, and from here only the lung will start growing. Okay, lung buds in embryology. If you would have read in a respiratory system how the lungs develop, it develops from the lung buds. So from that root, the whole lung will start to develop. In the bronchial tree will start, and from the bronchial, around the bronchial tree, the complete lung tissue will start forming. So that's why they call this as the root of the lung. Now this root of the lung, or the hilum of the lung, this one and this one, they contain some structures. There are 3 major and 3 minor structures. Okay, minor structures are common for both. One is the bronchial arteries, next is the lymph nodes, and third one is the nerves which are supplying the lung. So these are the minor structures. Major structures I will identify here, very very important, because there is difference between left and right lung. Why there is a difference also I will explain inshallah. So the major structures in the, which lung is this? Right lung. There are 2 bronchus, eparterial and hyparterial. Okay, eparterial, this is one, this is another one. Actually it is a dividing here. So this is at a more deeper level, that's why you are seeing 2. Otherwise more proximally, for example, see here, this is one bronchus, this is the another bronchus. It should be this another bronchus, but this bronchus, maybe this is more deeper level they have taken, which is already divided. So that's why you are seeing that as 3, but actually there will be only 2 bronchus. So 1 and 2, eparterial and hyparterial bronchus. And then you have, so 2 bronchus, that is one structure. Next is second main structure is this one, pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery, though it is blue in color, it is pulmonary artery, because pulmonary artery is the only artery in the adult human body which carries deoxygenated blood. These 2 are pulmonary veins, only veins in the adult body which carries oxygenated blood. Okay, so you have 2 bronchus, 1 pulmonary artery, and 2 pulmonary veins. So these are the 3 main important structures present in the right hilum. In the left hilum, you have only one single bronchus. One same, other things are same. One pulmonary artery and 2 pulmonary veins. Now the situation is also important. How it is situated, which structure is situated anteriorly, which structure is situated posteriorly. When you see here, this is anterior. Okay, so anteriorly you will have the artery first. Okay, this is artery. Sorry. Artery. This is the artery. Okay, so first you will have the artery. Below that you will have the veins, and posterior most is the bronchus. Okay, artery, posterior most is bronchus, and below you will have the vein. But here from anterior, you see posterior first you have above you have the artery, and below you have the vein. Okay, here and here, what is the difference is? The difference is here the artery is present superiorly. Artery is present superiorly, and anteriorly what is present? The vein is present. But here anteriorly the artery is present and the vein is present inferiorly. Okay, but in both the bronchus is present posterior most structure. So the artery and the vein, how they are arranged, that is also important thing. But the most important difference is two bronchus here and only one single bronchus. Now why there are two bronchus here? Why there is one single bronchus here? Can you explain why? Can anyone say why? I said something here.
Before we enter the
Yes. Before entering, the primary bronchus will divide into two bronchus. So that is what is reflected here. Okay, before entering it is divided into two, so you have two bronchus here. But here, this one, after entering it will divide. So that's why here it is only one single bronchus. That's it. With this your class is over, and we do not have any model for pleuro.